What's up, Fandemonium? It's Scott from 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, and this is the K-Gun Reports Quick Hitter. Tonight's quick hitter topic is going to be J.J. Watt and the Buffalo Bills. Real quick side note, though, I want to let you know I do get my financial and cap space information from SpotRack.com. So let's bring J.J. Watt to Buffalo. You're going to find out by the end of this conversation that I'm all for it. I have checked other forums, and the Bills fans, the Mafia, we're about 50-50. We're about 50% for it, 50% against it, obviously. But let me explain to you why I think the Buffalo Bills would benefit from bringing in J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt had a pretty good season last year with 56 tackles, 5 sacks, and 16 tackles for loss. Mario Addison and Jerry Hughes combined had about those numbers. 56 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, and 9.5 sacks. I'm having a problem with their performance and the amount of money that they earned this year. According to SpotRack.com, Addison and Hughes combined will be making $19.5 million this year. I find that if we cut them both, with dead space involved, dead space, dead money, the Bills would earn an extra $13.5 million in cap space. With the NFL increasing the cap space from $175 to $180 million, the Bills currently are only about $1.8 million over cap. So if we were to accrue that $13.5 million, the Bills would be sitting with $11.7 million extra gained in the cap space. However, they will be missing Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison. Let's bring in J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's current market value is $12.5 million. That's the current market value. That's not taking anything else into consideration. And when I say about taking things into consideration, I'm talking J.J. Watt wants to be near his brothers, T.J. and Derek Watt, who both currently playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. J.J. Watt wants a Super Bowl ring. If the Buffalo Bills somehow can convince him that Buffalo's the place to be, being closer to his brothers, and convince him, which you don't need to convince him by much, that the Bills are an AFC Championship team and a Super Bowl-driven team, I think that $12.5 million can drop significantly. I'm looking at $10 million for J.J. Watt this year, maybe even $9 million. Okay, and they can sign him for 1 or 2 years because the Mario Addison deal will give Mario Addison $8.5 million next year, which we can turn around and pay J.J. For his second year, his second part of the contract. So that being said, I've already left $11.7 million on the table, and if we're paying J.J. Watt $10 million, that leaves us with $1.7 million extra. I know what you're thinking. We just got rid of 2 defensive ends, and now we have J.J. Watt. Makes sense to me that the Buffalo Bills would go after a defensive end in the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Our 30th pick current money value, according to SpotRack.com, would be $1.5 million. Carlos Basham, Wake Forest, would be a perfect defensive end for the Buffalo Bills at that position, and it'd fill our defensive end position in the locker room. If we get Carlos Basham, we already have A.J. Epinesa, Daryl Johnson, and with J.J. Watt sitting with them in the locker room, I can't see anything but positive coming out of this situation. The Bills can draft a defensive end and have him for 4 years, which is crazy when you think about we're taking two 30-plus-year-olds with 1 year in their contract left and 2 years in their contract left, turning it around and getting an all-pro, proven all-pro in J.J. Watt and another player for 4 to 5 years as far as the rookie goes. It's win-win for Buffalo. It's win-win for J.J. Watt. I do love Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison, but it's a business. And like I said earlier, $19.5 million is a lot of money to spend on 2 people that are only getting 9.5 sacks a season. I know there were pressures. There were a lot of pressures on a quarterback with Jerry Hughes this year. But we saw that those pressures don't really mean much when you have quarterbacks that are used to pressure and able to perform. So that's my argument about bringing J.J. Watt into the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, you can be for me, you can be against me. I love the conversation. I want to know what you're thinking. But I did find a way to bring J.J. Watt into Buffalo to save money, to get rid of, I'm not going to say wasted talent, but to get rid of people that are past their prime and bringing in a rookie who potentially can be a starter for a bunch of years for the Buffalo Bills. Open conversation, fellas, ladies. Put it down in the comments below. I do want to remind you that the 24/7 Buff Fandemonium does have a Facebook live feed every Tuesday night starting March 9th at 8 p.m. It's called the K-Gun Report. We want you to join the conversation, join the stampede. We do some giveaways during our show, and we encourage the participation. We're going to talk free agency. We're going to talk draft. We're going to talk Buffalo Bills. Let us know what you think about this quick hitter. We plan on doing a lot more, and we hope to hear from you soon. Go Bills!
This is a dangerous group.